the anti-bullying funding, but you still haven't been able to speak to the Premier or to a minister. You're still fobbed off.
Is that none of the senior ministers of the portfolios that which we work in actually have spoken to me. I've attempted for the last 6 months to talk to the Premier and the other ministers unsuccessfully, and now to be told really face to face by a policy advisor and now by mail that we are not getting the money that will be really prop up our anti-bullying stuff. The bullying material that we work with is imperative. Yeah, it's been recognised internationally that bullying is one of the biggest problems we have in society, and I feel like I'm actually being bullied because they're not talking to me about the funding that they've cut out.
And you, as a result of this, have withdrawn your involvement in two important committees within government as well. Just explain how that operates. We
have long been involved in the juvenile justice area. I think it's an extension of the work that we do in schools and behavioural schools, the work we do in juvenile justice centres. And we've been denied funding to go into juvenile justice centres and run our programs, which we know have a positive impact. So I think if the government doesn't appreciate the expertise and experience that we bring, what was the point of me staying involved in these committees? I've withdrawn from the Young Offenders Advisory Council and the Waratah pre-release program, which I believe has the potential to do incredible work. It's about setting kids up for success, not for failure, which the system has done over the years. So
the new government, from your point of view, has it got its priorities wrong? $67,000 could help you, yet they spent, I think, $8 million on consultants on public transport. Only consultants, not actually delivering public transport.
Well, when you say, has the government got its priorities right, I don't believe they have. There's an investment in social capital that is required. You can't just, what they're doing is throwing the baby out with the bathwater. We really need to look at supporting young people through difficult times, but we're spending money in other areas. And I was informed yesterday there's something like $2 million going towards the gay and lesbian Mardi Gras, and we're asking for $63,000 to work with kids across the state. I would say they really do have their priorities wrong.
So where to from here? I mean, we were speaking yesterday about possibly $5 million being missing in terms of funding under the portfolio of Pru-Gal. What's the situation there?
That's an interesting question. Some years ago there was a $5 million grant given to juvenile justice to look after the families of the young offenders. Because what we found was that you can actually, while you have a young offender incarcerated, you can actually do positive things with them, get them to change attitude, then you put them back into the environment that they came out of, and the wheels fall off again. This $5 million was to be invested in working with those families to make sure that what was done while these young offenders were under control continued back in the community. I can't get an answer on what happened to that $5 million.
Was that an annual figure, or was that over a 3 or 4 year?
I think it was supposed to be over a 3-year period. The grant was issued by Barbara Perry, and again, I can't find any answers to where that money's gone and how it's been used.
It's just got lost with the new government, or been
well, no one can give me any answers, and again, no one is talking to me, so I find it very frustrating to come to conclusions.
Particularly given in the election campaign they wanted your help, and yet once they've got in, you've been someone that they can't even return a phone call to directly. We're
an apolitical organisation, but yes, we had the Liberal Party people were out here talking to us prior to the election, and I got the impression that they wanted us to continue the level of work that we've run under a Labor government within the new government. Certainly not the case.
Okay, that's great. Thank you.
Can I make a comment?
Yeah.
Okay. As an organisation, we really want to make a difference. If the government's not going to support us, we need the community to give us a hand in making a difference.